And we're back. Rudy Gobert has all but secured the D.P.O.Y for 2020.
No, mate, he hasn't.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, well, we've got 4 other candidates who might be the D.P.O.Y if you are a Rudy denier.
More so 3, I would say.
Welcome back to NBA Casuals. It's Param. It's Jono. Let's find out who the D.P.O.Y is if it's not Rudy Gobert. All right, nice and quick, John. We've got 4 contestants. You've got them up on the screen. You've got AD, you've got Wemby, you've got Bam, and you've got Jared Allen. 2 rounds of debates, 4 contestants, machine for machine. Try and beat me this time. First up, you've got Jared Allen.
No, you're taking it.
Oh, no, it's gone to Bam. It's gone to Bam. You've got Bam. You've got Bam. Which means Bam is on Jono's side, and I've got Wemby. Victor.
You got Wemby.
I got Big Vic. I got Big Vic.
Who's going first?
Look, I think you.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt for me to say bad things about Bam, so I don't mind you winning this round. To be totally honest.
All right.
Go for it. Tell me why Bam is the D.P.O.Y this season.
All right. So when you talk about defenders in the NBA, defenders who can guard 1 through 5.
Okay.
There's a very few select people that come up.
Yeah.
Maybe only one, and that one is Bam Adebayo. He's the linchpin and the hub of the Miami defense, and they're a top 4 defense in this league. His individual defensive rating this season is all 1 at 8.6. Where does that come in the league? That's second in the league. Stats-wise, he's not up there. He's only got 1 block a game and 1 steal a game.
It's not all about the stats with defense, eh?
Overall impact, the way his switchability, it makes it so easy for Spo to be creative and create different schemes, which is so helpful in the playoffs. And that's where you talk about Mr. Rudy Gobert here and his playoff demises. He's a very one-dimensional defender, and that's not something that's as valuable. And with Bam leading this Miami team, who don't have many household names outside of Jimmy Butler, especially on the defense.
We're doing that.
As well.
We're doing that today.
We are doing that.
I dealt with that last week. I don't want to hear.
He's got them top 4. He's got the build, the strength, the physicality to stay with the bigs, the speed and athleticism for the guards. You can't really say that about anyone in this league.
This is hurting me so much because I agree with so much of what you're saying.
What are you going to say about this? This is Bam. 1 through 5, he's your guy.
Okay.
That's Bam for you.
Okay, let me get into it. Before I get on to Wemby, couple notes about this Bam Adebayo guy.
Yeah, what about
You're talking about him. You notice that he can play 1 through to 5. Do you know why we say that? It's because he's 6'8", John. He's not a real center. Okay, he's not a real center. Every time we come up against,
who mentioned center?
Every time we come up against the proper centers, the big girthy men in the league, and it's a sizey league.
There's only 2 of them.
It's a sizey league this time of season. This year compared to before, you're seeing 2-3 bigs on teams now. It's getting there. All right,
but just because of your girth and tonnage, we don't talk about 2-3 bigs on teams. All right, there's only 2 real bigs in this league.
I have to start that agenda out of somewhere, right?
No.
And then you look at it. All right, if Bam is so good, why did we want Giannis for so long? Okay, yes, he would have been nice on offense, but Giannis, we were thinking about adding a goddamn D.P.O.Y to this roster. Okay, why would we do that if Bam was so good?
You want to disrespect him like that?
What?
He's an MVP.
He's a D.P.O.Y as well. He's a D.P.O.Y as well. And hold on. I haven't even gotten started. Victor Wembanyama, ladies and gentlemen, the best rookie season defensively of all time. Okay, you look back. Yeah. I've watched Winning Time. Some of you were alive when Magic didn't have AIDS, and he got the Finals MVP over Kareem in the 80s. Why can't we do something like this for our boy Victor? You know, let's sell the clicks. You saw the picture this week about Victor being the Nike ambassador now. Let's buy into it. Publicity sells, John, and that does not sell anything.
But can we hear about his defense, please?
Does not sell anything. Do you want to hear about this guy's defense? What I love about Victor Wembanyama and what I love about proper defenders, they make teams not shoot the ball. Shot prevention, coming from a football background, you know, it's my favorite thing about basketball. If you can get a team to go into their second, third action, if you get a team late into their shot clock, you're looking at ISOs. And if you've got Victor Wembanyama on an ISO, Jalen Brunson will tell you, it's hard, John. It's hard.
So if he's creating shot prevention, why is he leading the league in blocks? How is he leading the league in blocks?
Because some of these guys still have the audacity still have the audacity to think they're uncontested.
Dumb
Okay,
players, yeah.
and he's an alien. That marketing,
He is.
it's not false. It's not false, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at this roster still with a minutes restriction. The way I see it, him and Jonathan Isaac, best defenders in the league. And I just want to ask, John,
Yeah.
this San Antonio team, 19-59, without Wembenyama,
They might be 18 and 58.
what?
No.
Come on, man.
All
Come on,
right.
man. That's casual.
Okay, maybe like 25 and
Okay.
57.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I've had enough of your shit. I don't know where they would have been this season
I don't
without
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama on a minutes restriction.
Will
as
they
well.
have 10 wins?
I think it'd be one of the worst teams of all time.
There might be 8 or 9 wins right now
Mm.
if he wasn't there.
Anyways, Jono, you've got AD, which means I am repping Cleveland's finest player of the last 3 decades,
Do you need some filler words to help you get to your
Jared Allen.
30 or 45 seconds?
Nah. I've
sure?
got this.
Do you want to go first?
I've got
or
this.
second?
I'll go first because I feel like I'm going to cry if I have to hear you talk about Anthony Davis compared to Jared Allen. All right?
Okay.
Jared Allen, one of the best defenders in the league. You already saw that.
Can you say it with chest and just...
I'll
if you're
say it with
honest,
chest.
Being honest with yourself.
I'll say
Can
it
you
with chest.
If you're being honest with yourself,
say
can
it.
you really say that?
Okay. Last season, he said the lights were too bright. So you know what he did in the offseason?
He went to
work.
sleep and turned the light off.
He got to work.
He went to sleep and turned the light off.
Stop the dad jokes. He got to work. He worked on his offensive game. But this season, you got to see that. And I think that's what we're doing with Jared Allen. We saw him improve offensively, and we forgot.
What's so funny?
And we forgot.
What's so funny?
Don't make me laugh. And we forgot about how good of a defender he really is. This season, we got to see Cleveland injury ravaged. We got to see him without Mobley, still defending well.
Mobley. What, Bambi on ice? You saw that yesterday.
Bambi on ice.
That's what you saw.
Bambi on ice. That's Paul George on him. Let him be. Let him get
He
cooked.
took Jared
That's
Allen out.
fine.
On the...
Come on, man.
He took him out.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, if Jared Allen had that matchup, Cleveland's got another dub in their books. All right?
Okay.
Let me get back to it. You remember them Utah boys, what Rudy had to do at Utah to cover for Joe Ingles, Donovan Mitchell. Jared Allen is doing the same thing for that New York loving bastard that is Donovan Mitchell.
I do agree, yeah.
He's got to do all that. And like I said, John, he's got a lot of weight to carry. In terms of offensive players, offensive masterminds like Jared Allen, you know, we don't see them in the league very often. And then we forget about how good...
Wait. Did you just say offensive mastermind?
Okay. This is getting way too casual for me. I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Whoa.
That's all I had.
I mean, I did agree with some of your Jared Allen points. I had... There is no guard defense on that team. And then you got Bambi on ice to the power forward.
Come on, man.
And as a small forward, you got some fake Heat player who turns up every 10 games or so. So he's playing 1 on 5 on defense, and he's got a defensive rating of 110, which is about 2nd or 3rd in the league.
I'm telling you, John, Jared Allen
Jared Allen.
might be a case for the MVP in the next 5 years.
Anthony Davis. What do we call him? All day? All Disney? What is he?
Or Disney is what I'm going to call
Or
him.
Disney?
Just tell me why he's the D.P.O.Y first.
Why is he the D.P.O.Y? He's top 5 in the league in blocks,
Okay.
rebounds, contested shots, contested
Okay.
threes,
Yeah.
and guarding post-ups.
Okay.
As much
You mean the thing that got outdated the
So-
last 5 years?
post-ups, 2 of the 3 best players in the leagues. It's post-ups. all
One
day.
of the best 3. You take that back.
Whoa, no.
One of the best 3.
I think Jokic is the top 3 player in the league.
I know. Who's the other one?
I mean, we know Embiid's at 1. so
Okay.
I think
okay.
Jokic is the top
All
3.
right, get back to it.
He's top 5 in all those stats. No one else in the league is. He's averaging 2.4 blocks a game, 1.2 steals, and he's got a defensive rating of 108.9, which is 2nd in the league. This guy, he's switchable. Again, he can guard the perimeter as well. And
What's the
except
point
for
What's the point in being switchable if D'Angelo Russell is your teammate?
that's why I needed to switch out. He's got to guard some guards at times as well with D'Lo on that team.
D'Lo ain't
And
guarding the bigs.
He can pretty much guard most guys in the league except for maybe the cream of the crop guards. He can follow them to the rim. And once you're at the rim, AD is the one that's got the advantage. Even against bigs, his length, his strength, his timing.
I love it when he tails.
When he's on, in my opinion, he's the best defender in the league. And it's not that close. Just the way he's able to stay with players. And he's got the strength to hold body up as well. what can you do with Anthony Davis when he's on his game defensively? And even when he's not, he's still a top 3 defender in the league. Even when he's not, he's a top 3 in the league.
I don't know about all that, but you said 3 key words for me. Anthony Davis, when he's on. Okay, I just want to quote the ESPN documentary. Soft, overrated, pretty boy.
Pretty boy. Who called him pretty boy?
Huh? No, this is another documentary, but I think it applies to Anthony Davis. On his day analysis is not how you win 82 game awards.
On his day is first in the league by
D.P.O.Y.
far. Not on his day is a top 3 defender in the league.
I don't know.
You don't want top 3 in the league?
I don't think he is. When he's off his day, John, he doesn't even play basketball. When he's off his day, he doesn't even think about shooting the ball in the offseason.
We're talking about defense.
I know we are, but he's not even engaged in the... Does he love the game, fellas?
We're not talking about Ben Simmons here. We're talking about Anthony Davis. He's a champion.
Okay.
He's a champion.
He's a champion.
And let's not forget the eye test. He has the Wemby effect as well. People don't like to challenge him at the rim. So with stats, the eye test, the way he's able to create multiple schemes for the coach to play.
I will just say one final actual caveat.
He's ahead of this guy in every single stat. Every single stat that I mentioned before. The blocks, the steals.
All about numbers with these kids these days.
We don't need to talk about eye tests with this guy, all right?
That's literally all he is. He stops down the end of the games this season. He has been stops. Will it happen? What he's doing? Will it happen in April and May?
That's another question. From winning a championship. Okay. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
That's what he's doing. Unbelievable.
Well, what do you know about championships over there in Philly, brother?
Championships? Not in Philly, but, in my life.
Just in general.
I know
just in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Just one final thing on Anthony Davis. Okay. Playing with LeBron James, I feel like it makes you borderline exempt for these individual awards. We haven't seen it before. I'm not saying it...
For D.P.O.Y.
For D.P.O.Y, it might be.
You're talking about that 40-year-old LeBron James who doesn't play defense anymore.
I'm telling you, he's got the coaching of LeBron on his side to negate anything that
Michael Jordan's 6 championships don't count because he had Phil Jackson?
That's not what we're saying. It's gotten too casual. We got to switch it up here, fellas. We got to switch it up. John, tell me, before we wrap up the video, in mainstream media, what is one thing when we talk about defense that we're not talking about enough? Because for me, I'll answer the question first. I feel like defense is such a team-oriented thing.
100% it is.
I don't fuck with the concept of D.P.O.Y. at all. I don't know how to grasp it, how to quantify it. Where is your mind at?
Well, yeah.
With the defensive conversation.
Defense, absolutely, it's team-oriented to like maybe a 75-25 team to individual ratio. Because with the Wemby, you put him on an average defensive team, he's running away with the D.P.O.Y. this season. Yeah, running by far. When he's off the court, the Spurs are a bottom 5 defense in the league. When he's on the court, I think they're a top 5 defense. And you've never seen that, let alone for a rookie. And especially for bigs as well, bad defensive guards make it so much harder for them. Good defensive guards make it so much easier for them because then they can play as a whole defender.
But yeah, like even then, right? Like we look at the whole conversation on players on good offensive teams not being given the MVP. If you play for Boston this season, you've got so many good guys, you can't win the MVP because the votes might spread around a bit. D.P.O.Y. is a similar case with that. So the best defensive teams
for Rudy
aren't even getting the love.
For Rudy, that is the case this season because he has a lot of great defenders on his team. He's got Jaden McDaniels, who's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Anthony Edwards is a great perimeter defender as well. And then you got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's also an above average defender.
With the MVP, we've got the word in there, valuable.
Yeah.
All right. And that is essentially for a lot of people the differentiating factor. How much are you helping your team? We don't have that word here. It's just who's the best defender.
I mean,
full stop.
Sometimes they still go for the best defender on the best team.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel because so much of the time, the other caveat that I had, and I mentioned this in our mock debates.
Yeah.
Players that aren't offensively competent, like Sir Rudy
Gobert
himself, are getting that love. I look at some of the other players, two-way players, they have never really gotten that love. We talk about LeBron potentially being robbed of the D.P.O.Y. earlier in his career.
Yep.
And that sort of situation has probably played out more than once. You know, Marcus Smart won it in a year that I think there were other candidates.
Yeah.
And I get so happy and relieved when players like Giannis, real two-way world beaters,
Yeah.
get these awards, because the best offensive players are still, in my opinion, some of the best defensive players in the world.
Some of them, for sure. Giannis is a great example of that. And I think Kawhi as well is another great example. Bar the injuries the last few years, he is that guy.
All right. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It helps people that like NBA content. Tune into Lockdown Sports. Tune into NBA Casuals. John, I've been dealing with so many casuals that watch us for 20, 30 seconds, comment some hate on Insta, on TikTok.
It's crazy.
And, you know, if they're not going to celebrate the nuance of watching a 10, 15-minute video, I'm happy for them to be disillusioned by our mock trials. But like us, like you, if you enjoy watching these videos, please hit that subscribe button. Stay locked in for more. Bye for now.